center. Came a little early. I know I travel in from Columbus to Atlanta, so I come a little early so I can stretch and you know get a couple things out the way. Think, you know what I mean? And I read a meme this morning that said that had on the top of it, it had a boss, and it had some people him pointing to some three people telling him what to do, and then on the bottom of it, it had a leader, and it wasn't nobody sitting on a pedestal. He was in the front of the line, pulling, saying, "Let's go this way and let's do this." He was motivating the people that was following him. That's how you get your hog on, family. Like, to me, that's why I don't believe in employees. I understand everybody got a position. I think an employee is a position to take to get you to that next stage, especially if you're a leader. It's going to be hard for you to fill that position because someone is always quick to tell you to do something that they won't do, or they're not willing to do. They're not willing to even sacrifice their time like that, but they're quick to tell you to do it. So being a leader, that's why I like to say I believe in students, subcontractors, and business partners, because all three of those, we out here together. We doing our thing together. Like, we all getting our hog on. Ain't nobody sitting on no thing and say, "Hey, you need to do this." No, we getting our hands dirty too. And I think that's what's good about being a leader, because we lead by example. You know what I mean? Like me making the sacrifices coming here. I'm here in the flesh. I'm here in the flesh, and I'm only here because I want to lead by example. I can say anything, family. You know, I can say anything, but I'm here in the flesh, and just so I can be able to lead by example, because I know it's somebody else that needs to see somebody like me start from zero and go to 100 by believing in themselves, by pushing themselves, going that extra mile, going that extra mile. And I'm here today in the work truck to lead by example, saying that it's okay to have something that's nice. I'm not knocking that. But what about have something that you can always open up a door for yourself? You can always make money. You can always eat. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes we create, I think instead of creating ways just to look good off of initiation, I think we should create ways to eat and to take care of ourselves. That way, when we go back and do certain things to look nice, they say, "Well, how are you doing this?" Well, I created a way to get a bag independently. Hog on, hog on. You say I created a bag to get something independently, and I just think that's wise that we do that, because we have to show our future generations, our kids, if they listen to us or not, but the kids that's under us, the youth that's under us. You know how they say we are the leaders of the pack. So even though they might not be your child, so to speak, they still in the community. You still seeing them. So for them to have someone to look up to, man, it means something. Because I remember growing up, I didn't really have nobody constructive to look up to. I had some people to look up to, but it wasn't like showing me how to do something that I'm doing now. All of these things I learned on my own and on watching examples and saying, okay, I need to do this with business. I need to do that with business. And that's literally how I did it. If it wasn't for that, I'd still be in the same situation, family. So I believe leaders lead by example. We lead by example because we're willing to do things that the person that's talking won't do. It's easy to say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, you should do that. You should do this," but they ain't doing it. So I'm doing it. I'm out here getting my hog on, networking myself, passing cars out, trying to open up doors. And I can't tell you that it's easy, because it's not. If it was easy, it'd be a big line at this gate right now. Everybody be out here doing it. But everybody want to say they're an entrepreneur and they independent and whoop online, but they ain't really getting their hands dirty. It's easy to say that in front of a computer. I'm gonna be honest with you. But out here physically doing it, showing examples, leading by example, say, "Hey, this is how I'm living. I'm living by example." Kings build kings. Kings build kings. Kings build kings. Like iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron, family. So we have to keep that concept in mind. We have to realize how important it is. We can't let nothing get in our way when it comes to standing on our word and doing what we have to do. So today I'm out here, and like I say, I showed up a little early so I can come to you and talk to you for a second. I need to throw a couple things away. I had to just regroup, and I like coming fresh and with something on my mind. And I felt like leaders lead by example, and we're gonna have to do it by example. Can't just do it by talking. You can show them, but hey, I got to show you better than I can tell you. You know what I mean? So I think that's a big thing. You know what? The way I look at it, man, some people got to realize that everything costs money. You know what I mean? Everything costs money, so I'm not saying just throw it away. Just give your things away for free. But if a person can come to you and they looking nice and they dress and they got nice cars and they tell you I want to teach, man, teach me that for free. Nah, you wouldn't pay for that image. You don't have no problem paying for that, so you got to pay for these skills. Now, if it's someone that that ain't got it and they trying to get this bad and they're willing to learn, like I done helped many people that didn't have it, and once they got it, they came back and blessed me because they, hey man, I wouldn't even be in this position if it weren't for you. And then you got those that's looking nice, but they don't want to invest in when it's time to invest. I can't tell you how many people that I know that invest in a blunt, invest in a beer, but when you tell them, hey man, let's put this money over here so we can make some money, you, you don't see that. So I just think, man, we just have to go with our gut feeling. Help those who are willing to help themselves. Let me say that again. Help those who are willing to help themselves. Don't go out of your way. Put yourself in a bind for somebody that won't do the same thing for you, or they won't put themselves in a bind to learn what you're trying to teach them. You see what I'm saying? That way you're not wasting no time. So I just want to say that because I think it's important, and especially now, because a lot of times people want you to give them what they're not willing to give you. They want you to make sacrifices, and they're not willing to make sacrifices. So go with your gut feeling. Help those who are willing to help themselves. I think that's the best way to lead by example, the best way to help. And it's kind of hard to help somebody that don't really want it. There's a lot of us that say, oh, I want this, I want that, but they don't really want it, because if they really wanted it, they'll be up early, they'll go to sleep early, they'll stay a little extra hours, they'll do things without expecting pay all the time. Like I got some relatives that say, hey man, I want to help you in your mom's house, and we get to doing something, and then he hit me back later, hey man, I thought you gonna throw me something. Yeah, I'm gonna throw you something, but you make it like, oh, I want to help, and you already cost me money, like I done lost money messing with you. But he still wanted something. So some people, man, you can't help them, man, because they one track minded. I love my little cousins, but some of them, it is what it is. I can't help everybody that don't wake up. Now, once they wake up and they come back and say, hey, it's cause I want to do this, or hey, can folks, let's do this, or well, then I can help them. But if you blind, I can't spend. I'm gonna tell you what the old folks used to say. If you know a person is blind, you get out their way. See them walking, step out their way, because if you wake a person that's asleep, they gonna probably hurt you and themselves if you wake them up a sleepwalker. You know what I'm saying? So if a sleepwalker, we gonna say a sleepwalker is somebody that's blind. So when you see them, just get out their way. Normally you can just guide them to the safe place and move out the way. But you trying to wake them up and talk to them, man, they're gonna end up scaring you, hurting you, and themselves. So don't do it. Just step out the way and just, be able to use your discernment and help those who are willing to help themselves, family. So just wanted to say that, man, y'all keep getting your hog on. Do what you have to do. Lead by example. Keep living to be remembered. Hog on.